Welcome to Tuesday's Market SITREP here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, and it just keeps getting better, folks. Trump keeps winning. The skunk at the Supreme Court yesterday, 9-0, smacking down that liberal Ninth Circuit Court and Obama's buddy out there in Hawaii. Good skunk. And also this, you got to go to Zero Hedge, folks, because you're not going to see it on CNN or MSNBC, obviously. But this, the Project Veritas guys, which have uncovered the disgusting, more or less Nazi use of body parts, with Planned Parenthood. But Project Veritas got this CNN producer on camera. Looks like he had a couple drinks in him here, who said the CNN thing's crap. We're doing it for ratings. There's no proof of anything. But what's his name? This dude, the head of CNN, keeps pushing it. Jeff Zucker, he's got an axe to grind with Trump, so we're just going to keep on pushing it. There you go, folks. Absolute evidence. Undercover sting. Producer admits Russia fake news story is pushed for ratings. And we saw CNN, 3 of them, reporters alleged, resigned yesterday for posting a fake news story, folks. This is a bloodless coup attempt by the liberals on the left who couldn't influence the election in the fall. We at Top Gun Options were smart enough to go, it's a complete lie, guys. The polls are lying. The media's lying. You can't believe them. A lot of people are like, come on, Wiz. I'm like, I know for a fact. I'm out there speaking. I'm out there, I talk to Americans, and not just the ones in the clusters of New York and Los Angeles, but real Americans who live in the flyover states, right? So this is comical. I love it. But anyway, Christine Lagarde and the IMF shot an arrow across our bow. IMF slashes U.S. GDP forecast says Trump's growth target is unrealistic. Trump wants huge GDP up at around 3%. I'd love that. I think we can get there. Like Mnuchin said, the Treasury Secretary, it ain't happening this week, but if we get the tax reform, infrastructure spending, we start gutting some of the financial regulations, I think we can get there eventually. But the IMF ain't no friend to Donald Trump. If you think any quote international organization is going to say anything nice about Trump or his agenda, go take another hit. Talked about that North Korea is starting to see some activity underground, which means they might be lighting off a nuke. That ain't good, folks. The ominous tweet last week from Trump was, well, at least President Xi tried to help with North Korea. It didn't work. Now it's our turn type thing. Yikes. That's not good. If he lights off an underground test, I don't know what's going to happen. So we got to start looking at a trade, folks, a trade and a hedge, either getting long vol or, short the market here. And we'll talk about this in a couple minutes, a little bit more. And this is also creeping me out. The White House this morning said, hey, we're seeing a lot of activity at the air base where the last chemical attack came from. And folks, with our satellites and our technology, I will leave my top secret clearance out of this and just use public information. Let's just say that we know that something might be going on. I think Putin, obviously the puppet master, is saying, hey, they shot down an Su-22. They shot down an Iranian drone last week. Might be time for us to poke a little back and see just how serious Trump is. Well, the White House said, you guys use chemical weapons again, you're going to pay a heavy price. So keep this on your radar, guys. This is a hold your nose rally. We're bidding the market higher. Why? Because the market's going higher. But one of these events reaches out and touches us, and the markets go down a hell of a lot faster, folks, than they go up. And if you're not hedged, or when that music stops, if you don't have a chair, it's going to get ugly. Shocked to know that there's corruption down in Brazil, right? They finally charged the president, who took over from the last lady who got impeached, charged with corruption. I have some personal ties to the folks involved in this, obviously with JBS right there. Wesley Batista, the chairman of the meat packing company JBS. I know Wesley very, very well. I'll be working with Wesley here starting next month and maybe through the entire year on a speaking tour. So, all interest of disclosure, I know this, but guys, we took a look at a trade on the EWZ in our primary live trade brief. It's not, our bull put spread, the 32.5, 33 got filled on that. I'm looking to leg into an iron condor, but the EWZ, the Bovespa didn't implode on this news because they're kind of used to it. It's like, oh my God, I'm shocked that there's corruption in the Brazil prison. So there's the, oh my God, they might have them on tape, and we're kind of used to this, and here's kind of an oil sell-off. But I think EWZ is a good trade. It's kind of one of those Captain Kirk trades to boldly go where nobody's going right now. But EWZ looking fine. Same thing with Russia. We had a long discussion this morning about the RSX and what's going on with Russia. If you loved it at 21, you love it at 18. I watched the was it the Putin files or the Putin tapes with Oliver Stone over the weekend. Putin's a smart dude, man. He knows his shit. Very articulate, and he knows what's going on here in the United States, politically and everything. Very, again, another Captain Kirk trade, the RSX in Russia, but could pay off. Great article today in the Journal. Anxious investors try to hedge against a big sell-off, even as the good times roll. If I was writing this headline, I'd say it's a hold your nose rally. So I'm cautiously bullish here as I manage my portfolios. The cautiously being, let's get some hedges on. Either with VXX or SDS. The bullish, we're getting bid higher here. Fears are growing over the potential for slowing growth, rising oil prices, and mistimed rate cuts. I've covered all this stuff, folks. Slowing growth. We looked at durable goods yesterday, didn't we, folks? Durable goods yesterday was swing and miss. Core durable goods, durable goods with transportation items, weak. The S&P K-Shiller today was a miss. Richmond Fed was a little bit of a beat, but look at this. The Conference Board Consumer Confidence number. It's a hell of a beat, or at least a beat. And they ask 5,000 households, hey, what's your current and future level of your economic conditions, labor availability, business, just how you doing? So that's a pretty good survey. So that was a kind of a green shoot in some of the bad stuff we've been seeing going on. Janet's speaking here in a little bit over in Great Britain, I think it is. Mario Draghi speaking. A lot of central bankers, Bank of England Governor Carney and Bank of Japan Governor Kuroda speaking as well today. So we'll see if any of the central bankers have anything to say to move the markets. The Fed stress test last week looked pretty good for financials. We also took a look in the primary live trade brief at a bull put spread on Goldman Sachs, looking to leg into an iron condor. Nope, those are my short calls. I didn't get filled on this one yet. Oh, now it's up to 61 cents. I'm going to chase that one and go to 61 cents. Goldman Sachs has really been range bound, folks, and taking advantage of that range bound. Also, we have an iron condor on, a weekly iron condor on. I just got filled today in the primary live trade brief. It is here's the short strikes, the 24.25 puts and the 24.55 puts. Whiz, that looks really tight. Well, if you look at the at-the-money straddle, folks, you could take a supermodel, turn her sideways, and fit through it. It is a tight at-the-money straddle, but that's what the market's telling us. The market with the VIX down here, we saw a print below 10 today in the upper 9s. It's stupid cheap vol. So a stupid cheap vol and a tight at-the-money straddle, hey, man, you got to, like I said, it's a hold your nose rally. Let's enjoy this and dance around the chairs for now. As soon as that music stops, we're going to have a chair, folks, and I hope you do as well. You're not going to have one if you're not here at TGO. So this iron condor could potentially make $2,000 on Friday, risking $5,500, and it's got at least a 61% probability of using at-the-money vol of at least breaking even. So that was a good trade as well that we covered this morning. Oil's hovering-ish in bear market territory, nothing big. We get a crude oil inventory report tomorrow, so that might impact some oil moves. Amazon just taking over the world, folks. We talked about this last week with the Whole Foods takeover. I think their ambition next is taking over UPS or a FedEx. Man, why are they paying other people to ship their stuff when he could buy UPS and FedEx? With the money he's got in his couch. So that might be a potential nice lottery ticket there in case he does do something like that. But hey, guys, in the absence of just absolute horrific news, chemical attack in Syria, North Korea lights off a nuke, or Russia something, war in Syria, oil implodes, we are just going to hang. Okay, all these hang moments that we've seen have been followed or ended by something big. Obamacare failure the first time, Comey memo. Now we're just hanging, guys, and we're in a holding pattern waiting to potentially go higher or lower, and we got to be ready for that moment if and when it comes. Okay? All right, guys, I got to get rolling here tonight at 7 o'clock. We're going to do Options Weapon School session number 3. If you're not a member here at TGO and you want to actually just attend our academic training and maybe get a flavor for what we do, you can shoot us an email, support@topgunoptions.com, or you can call 754-300-1084 and get access to just the academic-only training. It's only $195, and then you can see if you want to maybe join one of our live trading services. Okay? Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll be back with Wednesday's Market SITREP tomorrow. We'll see you.